Sean, how you doing?
Why is it so quiet?
What do you mean, why is it so quiet? Can you hear us?
Yo, yo, yo.
It's very quiet. I can't hear them. Back
What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to a beautiful Tuesday.
Can you hear it? You can hear it.
Now we can hear you guys. Yes.
Now I can hear you. What up? Pat's in the kitchen.
Yeah, cooking up some. Okay.
Tight ass Tuesdays, boys.
Perfect.
Can you
Talk
hear
amongst
us?
yourself, boys. Yeah. Talk
you hear
amongst yourself. I'll be back in a minute. Okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
A minute. We put a timer on. Sean, put a timer on. 1 minute. Matthias, how you doing?
Yeah, not too bad. A little tired today. I felt like last night I felt like I slept like 4 different nights in one with like horrible dreams and like woke up like in the middle of the night like 3 times and proceeded into another horrible dream. Thanks for
Any
asking.
good
me.
dreams?
I have no idea. It was it sucked.
Do you remember any of your dreams?
Yeah, so like one of them was I don't know, maybe it's a little dark. Like I'm not sure if I really want to get into it on the live stream. It's not the right vibe, but yeah, my dad was getting sick and asking me to like look at his will and stuff and like to it wasn't cool. It wasn't cool. I don't know why that was the case, but yeah. Anyway.
All right.
Yeah.
Sorry for your deep dark dreams.
Yeah, so a bit tired today.
All right. Well, you got 4 different personalities here to keep us going. So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Q Stream Vibes Tight Ass Tuesdays. Now, I wanted to ask you guys about your view on Tight Ass Tuesdays. So, in Australia, every Tuesday is when we seem to have these 2-for-1 deals. A lot of pizza places do like the cheap Tuesdays, so we naturally call it Tight Ass Tuesdays. Now, do you look at Tight Ass Tuesdays as more of the side of saving money or more of the side of value for your money?
Definitely value for me. So usually like it makes me think of Taco Tuesday. So it's like I like tacos and it's a good excuse for me to go out and eat tacos or whatever other deals exist on a Tuesday.
Would you rather a discount or would you rather an extra taco?
Or depends on how hungry I am and what the deal is. I suppose if it's like individual tacos, then I'd rather just them be cheaper and then I can buy however many I want.
Okay. What about you, Sean? Wait, there's more.
Yeah, I'm for the deals. I like, like it's not about the money. It's like, well, today's Tuesday. Like, can I get an extra taco for that $2? Or like, I'll take that deal and I'll go out of my way on a Tuesday to San Francisco and I think it's Nick's Crunchy Tacos in SF, and they usually do a good deal on Tuesdays and got some good happy hour deals, and then like they have these crunchy tacos, and I think if you buy 2 get 1 free, and so it's like I'll take that. I mean, I would prefer a beer, but
crunchy tacos.
Ooh, crunchy.
That's a good question. Like, I love the crunch, and you can't find a lot of them around. I mean, that's why they just have nachos, right? But soft for me is just like a mini burrito, basically. But I like a good crunch. But if I go a crunchy taco, it's got to be just simple, like just that good ground beef with whatever salsa, some cheese, onion, lettuce, and that's it. Nothing else.
What do you think about Simple Place?
Jalapenos.
Simple Places.
I'm a fan of Simple Place, but I'm not as much of a fan of crunchy tacos. Because so I'm not a fan of crunchy tacos because I feel like it's like a shitty version of nachos, whereas the soft tacos are like an okay version of a burrito, and I love burritos.
Wait, so they're like different versions of something else then? So I mean, okay.
Yeah. I suppose
like a mini burrito. A soft taco is like a mini burrito, and then a hard crunchy taco is like a different version of nachos in your hand, right? I guess.
Yeah, and the other thing is with the crunchy tacos is you take one bite and then it falls apart, which I'm not a big fan of.
Very true.
Yeah,
Petey?
I mean, how can I say? I like the crunchiness because it's got to be plain corn though. Like not it can't be salty because then it takes away the taste as well. But I like even with nacho when you just scoop.
I do love a good nacho bowl of nachos. I'm a big fan of those.
Sour cream.
Should we go to some? They've moved, by the way. They've moved.
I'm totally down to go to Simple Place anytime.
Wait, where did they move to?
Still in Taoding, but just not in the. I think back then it was sort of near towards Pendalasco's Italian on that same street, but now they've moved further down to another place
Still on Kwok Hong?
Really small.
on Wingwang Hung, I think. So when Taoding turns to Wingwang Hung around the bend, it's in that way.
Sorry, lads. Had to get my my new charger.
That's all right. Welcome back. Welcome back.
Yeah,
And please join our conversation. We're talking about whether crunchy or soft tacos are better.
Yeah, going off Tight Ass Tuesday, we're saying, are you someone that likes the Tight Ass Tuesdays in terms of saving money or just more value for your money?
Ooh, I'm more
Like,
the
would you rather
value.
get a discount? Would you rather an extra taco?
No, I'd rather get an extra
Or
taco.
whatever.
Yes.
I would rather
You
get the
guys
extra.
for upsells? Do you guys fall for upsells? You know when you order pizza and then it takes you to the page like any extras like wings or nuggets?
Hell no.
No,
Usually not. Usually
Give me
not.
only
Unless
$5
he
value
sells
piece
it.
alone.
True. All right.
You took more than 1 minute. I had a timer. It was actually 2.
sorry. What's my punishment?
Buy crunchy tacos.
How's it going?
Nothing fucks.
Nothing cuts. I like it. Well, how are you?
I've always put numbers.
I'm
at the
hungry.
end. It's just say yes or lucky number. What do you reckon? This one's 2240 though.
In my experience, it's generally when the username alone without the numbers is not available, and then they just mash the keyboard to get something that's not already taken.
Yeah,
That's
that's a
true.
good point. That's a good point.
It's one of those suggested ones.
Crunchy tacos for the win. Same person. Is it someone we know? Because lately, people from Twitch is someone we know.
Hopefully
No
not.
idea.
Hopefully it's a random person tuning in.
No, I like
Bet you-
soft tacos. I'm not a hard crunchy taco guy myself.
Ooh, Rico tacos.
Let's
30K tacos.
take place next week or something.
Yep,
Let's even stream from there. And
yep. Even Simple Place.
That's what we were
It's
just talking
moved.
about.
Simple Place.
Just.
You know it's moved to a new location, yeah?
Yeah, and they have 2 locations now.
Oh, is it okay? Well, maybe they didn't move. They had a second location, but it's
No,
it's
no,
not far from
the
first one anyway.
the first one moved, and then they opened the second one after that.
Whoa.
Oh,
Coming
okay.
up in the world.
Knocking hard. Thanks for coming, man. Is there anything you want us to talk about? We're happy to give you our opinions because we're pretty easy with any topic. I mean, within reason, I guess, but I don't give a fuck really. But yeah, just let me know. Let us know.
Possible tight-ass
We're pretty easy to.
Tuesdays. If you like
Yeah.
pina colada.
One of our main topics, or one of our short topics for today, going on the Tight Ass Tuesdays, is I think Maddie will bring it up. I can bring it up for you, Maddie.
So this article, I don't believe it's a brand new one, but there's a story about this particular entrepreneur named Dan Price, who in the States was basically making. He was paying all his staff. He owns a company, and he was paying all his, I think, 120 staff, basically like market wages, which is essentially like the minimum that the market is willing to support. And it's a really interesting story about him sort of being confronted by one of his staff, one of his younger staff, who basically said to him, like basically feels like he's being taken advantage of. And this guy in the story talks about how, that's absolutely not what his intention was, but because of the recession back in 2008 and the dot-com bust, he felt like he needed to basically only pay his staff their minimum wage. And so after a bit of back and forth and soul searching, he decided to essentially pay every single one of his 120 staff a minimum wage of 70 grand, which is, it's a huge jump from the sort of like the 35 grand a year that he was paying them previously. And 70, and that's USD as well, so it's absolutely not bad. But the idea is that he had to take a giant pay cut, or he chose to take a giant pay cut from 1.1 million per year to also 70,000. So that's all he's paying himself basically at this point. And so, I guess like America is very, very money focused, and the article itself goes through a lot more detail about how this created a huge stir in the business community, and how a lot of people even got angry with him, which I actually found quite entertaining, that other business leaders could potentially be angry with him for what he's doing in his own company out of his own money. So I
think it's great.
He got incredible results from it, and basically it actually improved his business, and I assume also his mental health.
I want to add to that, and this comes from purely experience, and I'm sure you guys can relate as well, is the fact that for me as an entertainer, when I get a gig booked or when I get an editing job booked, your mentality immediately changes when, okay, first of all, when the client agrees to a price that you've given them, and number two, they're quick to already deposit either 50% or in full. The moment you know that, hey, look, I'm paying you in full now, your mentality already changes to the point where it's like, oh shit, I got work to do. Not like this, oh man, I got to do the job and then I get paid in the month. You sort of slacken off and you leave it right to deadline. But when you get paid up front, or you know that it's there, this guy's, look, I know you're good for it. I'm going to give you 50% now, and just when you hand, I'll give you another 50%. You already know, yeah, well, shit, I'm going to do my work on it.
Well, I guess like you're locked in at that point. It's go time, because you've got to deliver on what you've promised and what they've essentially. They've already put their money where their mouth is. So it's like, they're not messing you around. You can't mess them around. Essentially, that's my kind of approach. So, in one of my previous lives, I used to be in one of my previous lives, I used to be an automotive photographer. So I used to shoot cars for magazines and stuff like that. And, basically as soon as anyone would lock in a shoot, I would immediately start brainstorming about lighting setups and locations and things like that. On that same basis. So yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So
get paid, so get to
that's
work.
it. I mean, show me the money. Show me the money.
Show me the money,
So-
honey.
That's kind of like almost where who was it that said that if you had an opportunity to make $1 million on from something that you didn't have experience in, do you say yes and figure out how to do it later? Are you that type of person? I mean, you could probably find the right people to help you, and I mean, although in the end you may have to pay them, I guess, more because they're the one the expert in it. But at the end of the day, you've got the opportunity to make $1 million, but you get the right people on board to get the job done.
No one's ever offered me $1 million to do something I don't already know how to do, but it sounds nice. I think I'd want to be, and this would probably lose me the job, but I think I'd want to be honest with the client, to be like, hey, I've never done this before. I would love to try, and I will move heaven and earth to make sure that this thing happens. But I would want to be honest with them and be upfront that, hey, maybe I'm not an expert at this, but I can most likely do it. Actually, this does
sounds like a
bring up-
relationship.
Sounds like what? Sorry.
Sounds like a relationship.
Relationship.
Again, Paddy?
Sorry, I said it sounds like a relationship.
I mean, a little bit, but yeah. I mean, of course, if someone's paying you money, then they're the client. So you've got like a customer service relationship with them. Yeah. I was just going to say, this reminds me of back in another life, I used to run pool parties in Saigon. And when I sort of wound that up, I got approached about a month later by a real estate developer who was putting together a huge development in District 7. I think it's the one just like on the like just before the Nyabe side of things. And he basically approached me and said, I want you to run the grand opening pool party at this like $100 million apartment development at the giant pool area that they had in the middle of it. And so, you know, that was one of those things where it's like, hey, like, you know, I've run events for, you know, like 8 years of my life, and I've run pool parties for the last year, but I've never actually done like a grand opening gala type thing. And so, you know, I was upfront with the guy and said, you know, look, most likely I can do this, especially if you're able to give me resources in terms of like staffing and marketing support and things like that. But I've never actually done this before. So yeah, hopefully that answers the question.
Bit like a relationship, like you said. So, but yeah, look, mate, we're hoping those pool party makes a comeback. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you just joined us, Qstream Vibes, talking about Tight Ass Tuesdays. If you have any stories about the best deals in town, or if you've gone all your way to ends meet just to save a buck, let us know, because that's what it's all about on today's Tuesday. Don't go away. We'll come back after this Pomodoro. Welcome back to Qstream Vibes, ladies and gentlemen. Tuesday, Tight Ass Tuesdays is what we're talking about here. Matty Cohen says, yo, good day. How are you, mate?
What up,
Good to see
Matt?
you. How's things going, mate? Have you guys seen the VB ad? Pat showed me the VB ad yesterday.
BB ad.
Patty, the new VB ad.
Yes, we stumbled upon it yesterday.
That's a jab. Like, you get a free pint for the jab. But you know the classic VB ad, like, you get it going. It goes, you won't be around because we've been in lockdown. Hard on thirst is blah, blah, blah. And then the guy goes, if you want to get back to doing your regular things, all you have to do is, if you want to go back to the regular thing, blah, 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 and he goes, go and get the jab. And then at the end, the guy goes, as a matter of fact, I've got my jab now. It's an actual thing. Can we play it for people?
Possibly.
Let me see if I can find it here. But Maddie,
Bar 5 all day happy hour till about 5 p.m. for approximately 120K.
Ooh,
that sounds
Happy hour is back.
Bar 5, Matt. Tell us.
That's a very good happy hour.
Till about 5 p.m.
Oh, that's a perfect happy hour. I think it's coming back soon as well.
It seems like everything's opening up this weekend.
Yeah, I'm seeing a lot of photos and videos of clubs and bars that are starting to do a lot of their spring cleaning, going through some stock. So it looks like anytime soon, anytime now, it's going to happen.
Oh, pre-COVID. Matt, you got me excited for today.
I know, far out.
So to our non-Australian friends out there, and to Sean, so VB is a beer, stands for Victoria Bitter, and Victoria's in the state of Victoria, where the capital is Melbourne. So
Yeah,
it's a famous beer that's been around, and this is the style of commercial, and the theme song has been out for years. But since the whole jab thing, they've had to, I guess, modify it to sort of, coincide with the jab, and keep the same theme. And apparently, what I've been told is, if you have proof of your jab, you can get a free pint down at the bar. So let's watch the commercial. Only 30 seconds, but it's hilarious.
Show me.
Here we go.
Right now, you can't get it golden. You can't get it bowling. You can't get it taking a vow or chasing a cow. A hard-earned thirst comes from being all over town, not from being in lockdown. So if you'd like to get back to leading a band or lending a hand, roll up your sleeves and get the jam.
Matter of fact, I've got mine now.
It's
That's
so
great.
Aussie, isn't it? That is so hilarious.
How is an alcohol
That's,
company promoting health?
It ain't gonna be.
It's weird, right? Like,
Shows you how safe the
Wait,
vaccine
I
is.
don't think they were directly promoting health with beer, but promoting that if you get that, you can get back to, like what it said, you can get back to helping a hand or doing this and doing that, and while you're at it, have a beer.
Amazing.
Get a jab and get a beer. That would be the great. Like come down to the bar and get jabbed up and get a pint. Fucking hell.
I think that's exactly the idea. So it's like beer advertising and public health message all in one.
I like how at the end it's like, as a matter of fact, just got my jab now. Such an Aussie thing to do. Like, someone always says things like, "Yo, did you know that you can go get this?" As a matter of fact, I just got it now. I'm gonna start using that. Yo, as a matter of fact, just got it now. PD, have you seen the thing? As a matter of fact, I just saw it now.
Matter of fact, just saw it now. Just got it now.
Yo, have you guys tried the me? As a matter of fact, I just ate it now. Yo, fuel's really cheap. As a matter of fact, I just fueled up now. I saw this article. I thought this was really cool. I think you guys will like it. And Sean, we're also waiting for your random news today. But I saw this because traveling is back. I was just looking at where to go, but this has got nothing to do with COVID or traveling. It's more of the world's most alarming airplane landings. So when you look at some of these landing strips, it's kind of like, whoa, pretty insane. So this here, let's go through it. So Portugal, like what from what I remember, if you guys have been to Condal Island, there's a section on the beach that is just, you can stand on the sand just where planes come through the land, and I swear to God, it comes in so close. But obviously it's not the big planes, it's those propeller ones, but it's quite scary.
On that, in Phuket, if you're able to rent a motorbike, the end of the runway at Phuket Airport is also like literally like you've got the end of the runway, there's a fence, and then there's like maybe 20 meters, and you can stand there on the beach at Phuket Airport. So it's like, when the jets come into land, some of the lower ones, you can actually feel like the jet wash off the engines. That's how close they come into to both to land and to take off. So definitely the next time you guys go out to Phuket, if you're interested in that kind of cool little experience, head out to basically the end of the runway that ends on the beach, basically, because the beach is accessible to the public.
Don't go on the runway.
Well, here in Portugal, at Madeira here, it says they are notorious for bumpy landings. Now, are you guys the type that when you land, do you guys sort of rate the landing just to yourselves?
Always.
Have you ever been on a plane when once you've landed, people applaud?
Yep. All Asian flights do that.
Look at this one.
No, seriously, it's like they're expecting the plane to fail or the pilot to fail.
We
So
survived.
So as soon as it lands, it's like, oh,
Yeah, right.
yes, tremendous landing.
We made it. Good job, pilot.
Bamboo lands jets there.
Dude, I've landed.
Yes.
I've been on a plane where I've landed like sideways because of the crosswind. So the plane's
just
going
like-
like this.
Hong Kong, right? Hong Kong's got
Yeah.
to fly sideways into their runway.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
old
because they go
airport.
between buildings.
The old
Oh, really,
airport
right?
of Hong Kong. Yeah. Before
No way.
before they
That's
changed
scary.
airports, it was like that.
That's scary. 23rd highest.
Well, look at this
airport.
one. See, this one in India, India. Flights to Leh are only scheduled for the mornings.
Have you guys
It's
ever
'cause of strong winds and everything.
been on a aborted landing?
A what?
Aborted. So like the
Yeah, like-
pilot had to abort
you
and then
can't-
take off again.
Yeah, but I don't think
Sure.
we come down very low. We sort of come through, and then we've just had to come back up.
Yeah,
you got a loop.
I've been on a flight where the back wheel has touched the tarmac, and then had to take off again.
Oh. How'd you feel?
I started praying, bro.
Did you applaud when you finally landed?
No, imagine the people that applauded while the back wheel touched, and then they started clapping, and then it took off again.
I've only been on ones where like I was sort of asleep, and we landed in Sydney, and as soon as we landed, the hostess goes, "Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Auckland, New Zealand," as a joke, and everyone's like, "What? Huh?" That was funny.
I love that.
Take it
I
around
love
like
that. Gold star for her.
Like
Yeah,
when
but
they
look
have
at this
some
one.
fun
This one
in the
here
air.
in St. Martin. Look how close that is to the beach. That's bloody crazy.
How scared
It'd be
would you
so
be?
loud
Like,
too,
how
wouldn't it?
scared would-
Have you seen the videos of all the beach goers that stay there right under the runway because they film it, and you see people get blown away by the strong winds from the jet?
Yeah, people get
No, I
like
haven't seen
knocked
that yet.
down.
That's pretty crazy.
Yeah, it's pretty funny.
See, this one here, Paro, Bhutan planes can only land during the day. I'm assuming because it's probably got no lights anywhere. This is London's here,
London City.
USA, at the Reagan National Airport, Austria. I mean, that's fine. It's got
That looks
space
okay.
between it, isn't it?
Mm.
It's the wind shear.
Yeah.
Off the mountains.
Yeah. So that's what they got to account for when you build landing strips, isn't it?
You guys had any like close encounters on a plane?
That one in Nepal looks insane from certain angles, and it's like basically. It's
Is this the one that takes off and it's just a cliff in there? So if you don't take off, you fall off the cliff?
Yep. It's
Ugh. No thanks.
Oh yeah, it's short. It's a short runway. See, with its short runway,
In a
with a drop
prettiest-
at the end, so you either drop or you take off.
What are we dropping?
St. Helena's as well.
Oh, that looks scary as shit.
this one in St. Helena has like a really interesting story. There's a guy on YouTube that did a documentary about it, but apparently they've been trying to build this airport for like decades, essentially, and just like endless problems and stuff. But now that they've finally built it, like it's the only way to come to this extremely remote island was on like a 6-monthly ship or something like that, and to get supplies in. And now they've actually built this airport.
Wow. Yeah, so
Ooh.
that's pretty much it on the landings. What are you looking at here? Yeah, I thought that was interesting. I was just browsing through like when I was looking at flights, and then they had an article on
All right.
these landing strips. Sean, you know a little bit about landing strips, don't you?
Yeah.
I like small and thin.
Sean loves a good landing strip.
I
Sean
do.
loves a
I
good
think
maintained
they're a
lawn.
great little additive to the strip.
Do you like it like on a 1 strip, 2 strip, or you more of a triangle strip, or
Like
Squid
the
Game style.
like the like small triangle, not like the wide style, but like this one, but like shorter. So like
Yeah.
maybe up here, like that.
yeah?
Um,
And that
All
sort
right.
of sits above, like below his belly button, right? It's below his belly.
yeah, below his belly button, like a little leading up, little.
That's so gross.
So I have a question for you guys. Do you
Fire.
consider animals humans, or do you think that they should have human rights?
It's an interesting question.
Well,
Obviously, they're not
Rights?
humans, but they'll definitely have some rights because
Yeah, they have some rights.
I think animals rely on humans to defend them because they're not able to defend themselves. In the same way that dogs should be looked after by people who are able to discuss such things as rights, because like dogs aren't able to do that for themselves. So I absolutely do think they should have rights, but obviously they're not humans.
All right. Well,
Yeah, I don't think I could ever class an animal as a human. So, give us some more context.
so you guys know our good friend Pablo, Mr. Escobar, right? So Pablo still has. Remember, he had his wild illegal zoo in Colombia. So I think we talked about it that his hippos were out and they've been running, ravaging, growing hugely in Colombia. Well, the state of Ohio is saying that they are actually now humans. And if you could bring up the link in the chat, they are protecting the rights of the hippos in Colombia. And because Colombia wanted to start killing off the hippos and getting rid of them, but now the Ohio state is believing they are humans.
I'd just like to interject into just a little factual correction there, Sean. They're not killing off the hippos; they're sterilizing them so they can't breed, because the hippos are a pest in Colombia, and they're destroying the environment and killing a bunch of other animals that also potentially have rights. So, I mean, solution. I think it's a pretty good solution to an otherwise very difficult problem. Because I mean, yeah, you don't want to just slaughter them all, even though that's what would be actually appropriate or best for the environment.
They're just hyped up on coke and they're just fucking ravaging through Colombia, you know.
Probably.
Yeah, I mean, certainly they would have been doing that when Pablo was feeding them.
Yeah, but
Apparently, hippos have the strongest bite as well.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, look. I guess it depends on what context you're describing these animals to be labeled as humans. Would they look like they have a job here that I guess a human could also do? So maybe yes, but what if they weren't doing that? What if they were just doing something else? I don't know. I mean, like, I think besides ranking the hierarchy for the circle of life, you got to also rank, animals and humans in sort of intelligence level as well. Obviously, every animal has feelings. We know that they get hurt, or that you don't know emotionally what they feel, but you know that if you cut off even an insect's leg, they'll struggle to move around because there's pain involved. So it still comes down to like what Maddie says, like they can defend for themselves, or can they make a decision? I asked this to Mia last night. Do you think one day ever in our future that the technology that we will progress to, will there be some sort of a translator for specific sounds certain animals make that can give us an idea of what they're trying to say or dictate? Do you think that's possible?
I think that's possible, and it's totally possible.
Because things with, like, let's say, for example, dogs and cats, right? Dogs, their barks are generally very limited sounds and types of barks. You know when they're hurt, they groan, but it's more in their actions, their eyes, body language is when you can sort of tell their feelings. But if you were to be able to hear a dog look at you and it's barking a series of combinations, I don't know if it's in Morse code or whatever, could that come back with a technology that we can make that goes, hey, someone came in our house early, I'm trying to tell you, or something?
Interesting. Actually, that's a very interesting question. My personal opinion on this is it would be there may come a time when we're able to better understand basic needs and wants, like hungry or scared or loving, which we already do in some such certain situations. Like, we were able to interpret like the tail wagging, for example, or the hair standing up on the back of a dog's back, or the tail wagging on a cat. We know that that's like a sign of irritation, whereas with a dog we know it's a sign of affection. But I think probably with dogs and cats they have, I assume, a much more basic vocabulary or thinking. But there's other animals, like for example dolphins or whales or even octopuses apparently are super smart. It's just we don't really understand how yet to communicate with them or to interpret their different types of sign language or communication. So yeah, actually that's a very interesting question.
Going on the cats thing, I remember reading somewhere. So science still can't explain why cats purr, Now we know cats purr and they make that when they're comfortable. When you hold them and they love their purr, but they don't understand the reasoning and I guess the chemical reaction inside them that makes them do that. There's a couple of articles like they know it's a positive thing, but there's no reason that they can explain why still. Yeah, that's interesting too. Yeah, I mean, I think I saw a video. I can't remember if it was a cat or a dog, but someone, I think there was like maybe four. There's like 4 keys on a piano. Like it was a contraption made. There was 4 keys on a piano, and each key played a different note or a different word. And this person trained that dog that when he wanted food, the dog had to press a specific button, and he recognized that every time he heard that sound when he pressed it, then he would get food. So that's a way of it learning or something like that. So I don't know, Sean. I mean, you would know landing strips. All you have to sit in bed and make a couple of noises, and you had the bell, right? You had the bell that you pressed, and that was instant kisses, wasn't it? At that party.
Yeah. But Matthias knows about that, though.
Here's a question: why do cows sleep standing up?
They don't.
Do they?
No, they don't.
Actually, you know what?
Why do you go cow tipping?
I think it's because depends. If they sleep laying down or like sort of like not laying down, but like in their bent knees
on their bellies
position when it's silence. Yeah, when it's silence around them, but they stand up because of all the music they hear. I grew up on a dairy farm and never saw a cow sleep once. Now, do they close their eyes when they sleep?
Yes, they do.
I think I know why you never saw them sleep once, Matt, is because maybe you were sleeping at the same time.
Oh.
Who's here milked a cow? Have you milked a cow?
I have.
Have you guys milked a cow?
When I was in high school. Sean milks his cow every day.
It's actually
I milk the cat.
Shakes hands with the unemployed every day.
You milk your cow. Show us your single udder. Show us your single udder. One for you. One for
drinking
me.
the milk.
You. One for me. Yeah. Now, I think you're right. I think horses and cows do a lot of resting just standing.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure. Somewhere. Yeah. Full cream or skim? Mate, full cream. You got to go the fat, mate. Got to go.
Mine is a combination of both. Scream.
What about fizzy cow? Remember fizzy cow?
But actually, I don't drink full cream or skim milk, bro. I drink powdered milk, Asian styles.
Powdered milk. I've never had that. I've drinking before.
Powdered milk is so good. It's so good. And condensed milk.
Condensed milk.
Oh my goodness. We're not talking milking prostate glands. Andy keeps getting the wrong. Like he's like, the problem with Andy is he just takes it too far, doesn't he? He takes it too far.
Just that one step too far.
So have you guys switched to? Do you like soy milk or almond milk? What about that?
Ooh, I like both.
Almond. I'll do. Oh, soy's good too, but
yeah, I like both actually.
This is actually really good.
You got to try Coca almond milk. Yo,
Coca almond milk.
I thought it was like proper chocolate milk. So I love the chocolate milks back home, but Coca almond milk is like, yo, it's next level.
What?
You have that with your oats or your cereal.
Yeah. We still got to do our cereal mukbang.
Supermarket here.
Ooh.
Yeah, we're gonna see. So, guys, we're gonna do a mukbang, but instead of doing how Koreans do, with your big, dinner dishes and stuff, we're gonna do more like on the dessert side or more of the little treat side. So we can have more of little things and try it.
Mm-hmm.
And we want to go sort of like many different little treats that you can't get anywhere that much. So you just have all these little different ones. But we got to have a few unusual flavors that some of us might not be used to having, so we can have that like durian flavor if you like durian. Have you had durian like frozen? That's the best way to have it. It's less smelly than room temperature, and it's almost
That's
like
my
ice cream.
that's my
Down in
only
Takashi
problem.
Island.
It stinks.
Well, if you have it frozen, the smell is less, and it's more like, how can I say? It's more like a frozen banana ice cream. It's more like that, the texture and that softness. But if you can stand the sort of aftertaste kind of afterwards, then that's fine. But it's one of those acquired tastes. You got to give it a couple of chances, and then you're good.
Yeah.
Hang on, At said this here. Too much soy is not good for men because the level of estrogen in it, if you know what I mean. Well, that's why a lot of Asian women will drink specific soy milk, because apparently it will help boost, the and get a little bit of size up on your little mammaries. So apparently, from before and after pics on some of these advertisings, it shows proof of these natural growth. So maybe we can find some pictures next time. I don't know if we can put that on the stream. No, you don't see the full thing, but you can see like just a before and after, and you can tell when they're bolt-ons. So bolt-ons have a different look and feel to it, but when you see a natural, it's different as well.
Yeah.
What is bolt-ons?
Yeah.
What is bolt-ons?
Bolt-ons are plastic surgery. Bolt-ons, like your front bar. Put on a front bar.
Yeah, you bolt on a front bar.
Okay, I got it.
Waiting for your random. Was that your only random article for today?
Oh, that was. I mean, there's
Sean's
one about weather, but I didn't think that was too interesting because
anything any latest on the elk? Is that still going?
I didn't. Let me check on the elk.
See what the elk
Check on
is
his
up to.
check on his Facebook page, Sean.
He's running around with a new tire around his neck now. He can fit in it easy now because he's got no antlers, so he can literally just squeeze into any tire now.
That's true.
No news on the elk.
By the way, guys, Thursday we'll be picking up the bikes too. Now I think we may not have it for the month. Now, we may have it for a shorter time, so I'll get that confirmed. Because the owner of the place still wants to be able to sell it and say that it's only been ridden for a week rather than it's been ridden for a month, and lose a bit of value on it. So we will have to do a review and everything on it for that week as quickly as we can. So Shaunsy, I don't know when you're going to come back to try these bikes, but we do have AT on standby. If Lum doesn't make it, we got AT to join us to pick up the bike.
Sweet.
Sean's going to come back just to pick up the bike, and he goes back to High Farm, does another 10 days quarantine.
There's not much going on in High Farm. I was actually at the lake earlier, but this is just a little view outside. There's not much going on. Next time I'll have to stream from the lake actually, because it's actually really beautiful. The water is actually clean, or cleaner than Saigon's canals and Saigon's river. They actually don't have.
How do you know, Sean?
Took a dive. I'm still alive. No, but it looks cleaner. It doesn't look as dirty. There's not as much trash, and they don't have restaurants along the canal because they know people are just going to throw shit in it or in the river. So yeah, it's really nice, really clean. I'll get some photos maybe tonight, and then next time stream at one of the lakes. That'd be cool.
Yeah, we want to see why you're up there for so long.
It's for the views. The views, baby. Except for this view. This view isn't the view.
What do we got here? Is that your article,
I don't know
Patty?
if you guys. Yeah, I don't know if you guys saw the news, but Tesla stock went up over $1,000 specifically because of the new deal that he just reached with Hertz. So you guys all know what Hertz is, the car rental company. So Hertz basically just ordered 100,000 of its vehicles. So now Tesla's value just went over $1 trillion.
Oh God, my boy's rich. Richer.
Yeah, so when
Is he your boy? Is he? Get us a couple of cars.
So I think I read somewhere that Elon's like net worth went up like over $40 billion in one day because of this deal.
That's ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
Jeez, fucking Elon.
100,000 Teslas as part of the ambitious plan to electrify its fleet.
That's huge for Hertz and Tesla.
Yeah.
One of my first jobs outside of working family business, the bakery and fish chip shop, I worked at Able Rent a Cars at Roma Street in Brisbane, and we were sending out rental cars. We had everything from we had a lot of Hyundai i20s and Hyundai and Kia Mornings, and then we went up as high as we had a four-wheel drive and we had a van, but we didn't have anything in ways of trucks or mini pickup trucks or anything. But the process to go through someone renting out a car is pretty funny, because in Australia they sell cars or they rent out cars for as cheap as $19 a day with no insurance. So you're
no insurance.
Yeah, full liable. Well, if you buy insurance, it'd be extra on top. So let's say you rent out the car. Let's say you go to $19 a day, then they would have to put an authorization hold on your credit card for say $3,000. So if anything happens, you might pay up to $3,000. But then if you pay say $19 a day, that $3,000 authorization will come down to maybe $2,000. But if you pay the max insurance a day, so $19 a day for the car, and then maybe an extra $50 on top, an extra $100, it might only be an authorization hold of $300. So if you do get in an accident, you're paying no more than $300, but you are paying that extra per day that you take it for. And to go through the processes, when someone comes, obviously you get a photocopy of their license, and then you go and you do the pre-check of the car. So the car that you're giving them it's already got certain dents on it, and you've got to mark out where it's already had its dents, so that when they return it, there's no new dents and nothing else like that. No
so
smoke.
You mark the car.
Everything's clean. Well, it's already marked for previous drivers or whatnot. So if there's anything new, you can go, hey, this wasn't here when you took it. So then that's where you can get those repairs, and a lot of that comes back. And for me, it's hard to, because so many people are like, no, it was there, you didn't mark it. It's so hard to deal with those sort of customers. So I can't imagine with Tesla, brand new car, and things go wrong with it. Like, it's gonna be really tough. You're gonna be renting cars that have been damaged to the bone for sure, easily.
Yeah.
So, and then you can say, look, that wasn't my fault. The car was driving itself.
Wasn't me. It was the car.
Look, I put it on auto drive. It wasn't me. So it's going to be interesting. Yeah. So
Tesla. That's good. That's huge. Over $1,000. Huh?
Yeah.
Definitely rent one just to try it. Sure.
A few years ago, I had the opportunity to get a Model S for like 3 days, and drive it around and test it pretty much. And it was definitely, if you haven't had a chance to drive a Tesla yet, I would definitely highly recommend it. The best way that I could sort of it was me driving it. They didn't have the the self-driving stuff back then. But honestly, it feels like not even a car. Like, it feels like you're not driving a car. It feels like you're in something else, like a spaceship.
Yeah, no,
it
it's
drives
amazing.
and feels and sounds and looks so different. The driving experience is so different. No, you don't really hear the engine, but you certainly hear like the wind noise. No.
The four-door, the
there's no revving. There's
force pulling you back when you step on it. Those things fly. Like, the speed on them and the acceleration is ridiculous.
Unbelievably fast.
Yeah, I'm super keen, because I've only ever been in hybrids. I haven't been in a fully electric car to really get a feel of its power and its potential.
The Prius.
Apparently, 0 to 100 is supposed to do pretty well in it. Do you
It is, it's
reckon,
quite-
have
it's
they
quite-
done
it's
a
quite
race
zippy.
competition with just electric cars yet? Have already?
Yeah, the Formula E is all electric. Formula E is like an all electric racing competition, and it's big.
Didn't Bitcoin reach a all-time high today? Are we going to be going to the moon? AT, we told you, none of us are going to the moon. We've been there. We're going fucking Saturn.
And it wasn't today. It was 7 days ago.
Where have you been, AT?
7 days ago. 66 or something,
Yeah.
right?
67,000 7 days ago. At
You're late.
very late.
We got a comment from Aki as well. Tesla self-driving is so smart that it will know if you are driving or the car is driving. Also, video is stored for records, so can't hide or lie. That's true.
That's their liability right there, then.
There was a lady in Australia who got caught coming out of a supermarket, and she walked past this Tesla, took her keys out, and keyed it from front to back. And the Tesla caught it, and obviously the motive behind it, I don't know. Maybe it's an ex or someone she hated that drives a Tesla. She knew she just blatantly just took a key out, sort of looked left to right, just went all the way through the Tesla. Got her face red-handed as well. So
Smart cars, smart technology.
Exactly.
Stupid
Can't
people.
can't be a dumb car if you call it a smart car.
Dumb people shouldn't buy smart cars.
But isn't a smart car made for dumb people?
Good point.
I don't know.
yeah. So what's made for smart people then? What cars are smart people?
What car? They don't drive, mate. They get driven.
Whoa.
Ooh,
Pretty.
Okay. That reminds me of there was a skit, and I might try and redo it. I want to find the original again so I can credit them. So every time a new phone comes out, especially iPhone, something changes significantly, like either the jack being removed and then this being removed and something being removed, or the camera being improved so this one was, it started off the guy goes, oh my god, new iPhone. I think it started off iPhone 7, whichever year that had the jack removed, and he goes, oh, no jack, okay, cool. And then iPhone 8 just, oh, it doesn't come with a charger, oh, okay. And it got to like iPhone 15, and when he opened the box, it was invisible, so it was like, oh, it's nothing. So actually, like by the end of it, it came with nothing completely. I thought that was pretty funny.
That's good.
Sean should not buy a Tesla. Aki said Sean should not buy a Tesla.
I only buy.
Why is that, Aki? I can think of ways that Sean would take advantage of why he shouldn't.
Well, he did give us that
they're
story
gonna
where
get a lot
he
of
had
good
a really
recordings.
bad crash one time.
That dash cam's gonna get a lot of good footage. Self-driving.
I feel Sean. Even if he gets a Tesla and he has it on auto drive, the intelligence of the AI on the auto drive will get too intimidated and influenced on Sean being in the car. It would totally drive off course anyways. Because Sean will sit there, let's say he's going somewhere, and he goes, Tesla, take me to Walmart's down on 5th Avenue or whatever the case is, right? And it's going. And then obviously it would automatically take the route that is fastest and shortest time or whatever. And Sean would be like, oh, what'd you turn there for? And then it would do something. And then Sean would, what? And then it gets so confused, it'll end up taking you to freaking, I don't know, downtown Wall Street.
Tesla, turn left. What are you doing? Tesla, go straight. What? Why are you stopping? Red light, blow it.
Sean gets in the car and goes, you are not the owner of this car.
You have had too much to drink.
Yeah, that's true. Well, anyways, we'll be riding the EVs, guys, on Thursday. So I'll also register us for Movember, so we can kickstart that one on Thursday on the final stream of the week for Movember, and we can get everyone to donate, and then we can all start shaving on the Monday. Mondays when we do full shave. Maddie Cohen, are you doing Movember again? Because I know you got your handlebars already. So
Yes.
You got to start 1st of November with a complete clean face, and then we start from there.
Should. Let's do it.
Awesome.
Let's do it. What about we do a battle? What about we do a battle? Q Squad versus the Bureau on the Movember challenge. How good would that be?
Yeah, let's do that. I'm down with that. Q Squad versus the Bureau podcast on the Mo. Try and get Mel to grow one as well. I saw AT today. Apparently he's been growing his Mo for like months, and when I saw him there, the only hair I saw on his face was the hair on his head. So yeah, can't fake.
Or it's one of those Vietnamese uncles with the one single long hair.
The backhoe.
And it's coming out of a mole.
The mole.
It's coming out of a mole. Cool. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Q Streams with Q Squad. Thanks for joining us today. Tight Ass Tuesday. Join us tomorrow for Wednesday Hump Day as we see you midway through the week. Chauncey gives a good view for tomorrow, don't forget. And we'll catch you in the studio as well, Patty. I'll try and I should have the cable in tomorrow. I've already ordered it. We'll get this mic thing set up. I've got more arm stands as well, so we should be able to get our own, and we're progressing to the premium. Right now we're like Hyundai. We're going to get to the Tesla level. Don't worry. So, ladies and gentlemen, see you tomorrow.
I heard you said you feel lonely.